lacrosse friends, welcome back to Lacrosse All-Stars North American Invitational 2018. I'm Steven Stamp. This should be a dandy. On the left, in the red with the white shoulder caps, the Czech Republic. In the blue, going right to left with the ball is Puerto Rico. The first shot by Desi Gonzalez drifts a little bit high as he was getting checked by a Czech. And a little spin by Jakub Czech as he spins around and gets the ball up in front to Polak. Polak watched there by Kevin Lewis. Goes to the net, gets a shot off. And there's the first shot on net and the first goal for the Czech Development Club. Nicholas Frezak, the Puerto Rican goalie, I don't know that he even saw that ball being picked up as it bounded out on the rebound. Gonzalez taking the face-offs for the Puerto Rican club, facing up against Tadeusz Nemec for the Czech Republic. Rodriguez with another face-off win. Hands it off to Maxwell Fontaine, and they go down into the corner. The ball in the stick of Anthony Irizarry. Irizarry, hard shot, but I was almost going to say Jakub Marsh. Victor Blaha, the next generation of Czech goaltender, makes that stop. Nice little move by Nemec, and the shot saved, though, by Schwerzek. Puerto Rico on the run. Irizarry, shot on his offside. No problem for Blaha on that one. Back in, though, as Notek, I believe, stepped into the crease. But he very, very politely and sportsmanlike points Irizarry to where the ball is. Ball gets loose, scooped up there by Jan Tobias, hands it off to Novotny. Jan Novotny gonna slow things down, wait for the rest of the offense to get out. Ball is turned over there, great pressure. Thomas Rodriguez comes up with it. Puerto Rico pushing the pace. That's Zachary Olsen making the pass through. A little underhand shot by Jalen Paul. That one skips off the boards as it was wide. A pair of 90s men in the 90s, with numbers in the 90s battling there. Picked up by Evan Burnell. He spins away from traffic. 12 on the shot clock for Puerto Rico as Burnell surveys. Tries to go through the middle, runs into a bunch of traffic. Notably, Vitek Vlecek. And it's Christoph Novak running the ball ahead, hands it over to Jakub Lucas. And Lucas will get things set, then he cuts back door. He's gonna go for a circle around as that pass didn't connect. And Olsen looking up the floor. His pass doesn't get through, but eventually it is picked up there by Fontaine. Fontaine carrying the ball in one extended hand. Thomas Rodriguez on the boards, checked by Polak. Jan Polak. As Fontaine goes in behind the net. 8 seconds to shoot. The lob pass up top to Kevin Lewis. Gets a little pick, slips off it, on his offside, spins and switches hands. That's a beauty. Boy, we've seen Miles Thompson do that, Tom Schreiber do that. And now, the next man in. What a shot. Score tied up 1-1 as we're 3.5 minutes into this game. Presented by Nike. Our thanks to Nike for making the 2018 Lacrosse All-Stars North American Invitational possible. We're wearing their lovely polo shirts right now. Matt's wearing a jacket over his and hiding his lovely hood and polo. I think that's an error in judgment, but to each their own. Roberto Ramos makes the pass across to the far side. Joe Espinoza gives it back up top. Russ Vanderwall gets it back for the shot by Espinoza. Fresh 30. Blaha stops that one. And the rebound picked up. All kinds of pressure. Knocking it free from Matus Stilser. Vanderwall will toss it up to Irizarry, who's just going to rip it from the outside. That'll be an over and back if they can't get there. Oh, they didn't quite make it. It was close, but Philip Cooper had not established himself in the offensive zone, and that's going to be a delay of game penalty as Cooper rolled the ball away. If you're not used to playing under these rules, that can be a very strange one because there's not much tolerance allowed. And the one big issue, for these players is that if you're not familiar with it, you just think you're rolling the ball a little bit, and the big issue, for the refs is they are being evaluated. The National Lacrosse League is using this as an evaluation and training process for their potential referees. So the refs are going to be calling those things. As well they should. Players just have to adjust, but it's a tough one when you're not used to it. Backdoor, beautiful feed. Great tap home by Wojta Wozmik. And Wojta Wozmik gives the Czech Development Club a 2-1 lead. And boy, you'll see those backdoor cuts constantly, the backdoor feeds. Lots of east-west movement of the ball by the Czechs. Ben Lavely pulls it back through his legs for the Czech Development. It's grabbed there by Tom Yakimchuk. Yakimchuk with the, if you're wondering why his helmet looks a little different, it's a black helmet with some white tape on it to make it match the rest. Didn't have a white bucket handy, or maybe he just needs to wear that special black helmet. Have to look into that for y'all. Ball is loose, and here comes Puerto Rico the other way, Maxwell Fontaine. Nice bounce pass attempt, doesn't get through Nemec just gets a little bit of it. Oh, thinking dive attempt was a little undecided, and Fontaine wound up with a little bit of everything, but not quite enough of anything. Pass out front. Nice feed by D'Antonio. Great chance for Fontaine, couldn't quite bury it. Lots of time on the 30. You can hear the Puerto Rican bench yelling, we got a fresh 30, set up, take your time, as they were looking a little bit scrambly. Rodriguez tosses it down low. He went to the back side, but there was a righty over on the lefty side, and he was way away from the net, or that would have been a beautiful little setup. Saved there by Blaha. Notek, over to Novak. Back to Notek, who's sliding low. Nice defensive help by Cooper. Big hit, flattening Hulis. Jan Hulis knocked to the ground, and Puerto Rico takes over. They will trot into the offensive zone. It's Roberto Ramos. Switching hands. There's a shot on the net, and frankly, some of the hand switching befuddles me because they're switching to the side they shouldn't be on. As they switch from the side they should be on, I don't know. Anyway, gotta do what you're comfortable with, I guess. Their ball comes out to Jalen Paul. Shot goes wide. We had a couple of officials with their hands up. Fairly clear indication that they're in solid agreement on this holding call against Czech Development, so Puerto Rico will go to the power play. Roberto Ramos will start with the ball at the top. 6:20 to go here in the first half. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the 2018 Lasnai here on the Onondaga Nation. Alejandro, skip pass. Step down. Lewis was close to a shot, but spun away and passes out. And that's a pretty nice shot by Roberto Ramos. Took it right-handed over on the lefty side. Which didn't help his angle any. And Russ Vanderwall, clearly coachable and ready to learn because he made absolutely sure the referee was there before he rolled that loose ball over to him. Shot by Ben Lavely. There's a save, and they're going to, oh, it is a crease violation. I thought they were calling back in for a second, but no. Josh Schultz gets the absolutely spot-on call. Espinoza all the way into the corner. Now, the one issue and the reason that some of these guys are switching is you look right now, Puerto Rico's got 5 righties out on the floor, so if they want to have lefties, sometimes they just have to switch. It's an issue for a lot of developing box lacrosse countries. Oh, very close to the line. The ref right in position again. That led to a great scoring chance. Blaha just got enough. Nice move by Efraim Gutierrez. Couldn't quite find his hole. Boy, he was close. On the run is Jan Polak. He'll pass it across to Novak. It's a 10-second count, so Novak needed to just keep running. He was feeling the pressure from Kevin Lewis, and Lewis is going to run into the offensive zone. Doesn't see Tilser coming off the bench. Almost stripped him, but they managed to hang on to the ball. The rebound pops out. Little reach shot by Kevin Lewis. Goes wide, gets it back, pushes one. Stopped by Blaha. Great effort there by D'Antonio to get it back. Lewis, backdoor just a bit too far, where Rodriguez had a glorious chance. Irizarry lets one rip. He's going to try and track that down before it goes over center. Makes it. Doesn't step over the line. Excellent body control, and he'll run back up the floor with Tobias all over him. Backhand whip as he spins around and flings that one. Now they go backdoor, and there's a shot. Well, I'll tell you, Rodriguez, these Puerto Ricans are getting some shots, generating some chances. Just need to work on their placement and basically their shot preparation, I think, is probably the thing. They just need some reps, which is true of every group that you see trying to learn the box game and adjust. Blaha with a nice save as Irizarry did a good job there, switching up his angle. Long outlet pass just out of the reach of Jakub Lukas. Picked up there by Tilser. There are friends watching over in the Czech Republic. My apologies for any mispronunciations. Oh, that one sneaks through. It's a little sidearm rip by Krzysztof Novak. Novak? We'll go with Novak for now. And it's 3-1. Czech Development pulls ahead. You can see the athleticism of this Puerto Rican side and the raw talent that they have and some creativity, but on the other side, the Czech Development, also talent and athleticism, but they clearly a more refined group as they are a box-first country. Canada and the Czech Republic, really the only two countries in the world that prioritize box lacrosse over field lacrosse, and you can see it in this Czech program. Just watch their 8- and 9-year-olds playing. There's a nice spinning shot by Desi Gonzalez. That was well manufactured, just couldn't find the hole between the legs of Victor Blaha. But I mean, the Czechs, you watch their 8- and 9-year-olds, they're out there. The only thing, they seem to go on the wrong side of the floor a lot. These guys are good at this level, but boy, those young Czech players, they know how to play lacrosse, especially the indoor version. Although they do play a lot outdoors, it is box lacrosse in the beautiful rink in Radotin. Diving attempt to get that loose ball by Jakub Lukas. And the Puerto Rican player going after him. They didn't like that Lucas was reaching into the crease. You can go into the crease after the ball with your stick. You're allowed to reach in and grab it. You can't you can rake the ball back. You can't go under the goalie's stick if he has it trapped underneath his goal stick. Coming down to the final minute and a half of the first 15 minutes play, two running time, 15-minute halves with stop time for the last 2 minutes of the second half. This is a spot where the Czechs, we saw the U.S. team this morning, one of the U.S. teams, take their time out in this situation. I think it was the U.S. Blue with 1:03 to go in the half, and their opponent's taking a penalty. They took the time out so that they would have the full power play now. The Czechs are going to have it anyway. But you do have one timeout per half. Might as well use it at some point. Czechs peripheral for the time being. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Search up top had a couple of beautiful goals yesterday. A little tentativeness here by the Czech Development squad. They're just going to run out of time on the 30 and have to launch a long outside shot. Goes off a Puerto Rican helmet, and the shot clock expires. And that's actually delay of game by Ben Lavalley. He's going to get away with it. The pass thrown ahead. Puerto Rico, 14 seconds to kill on the penalty. There's about a 7-second difference between the penalty clock and the shot clock. They're going to let that tick away. Van der Waal will just go for a bit of a run. And then, as the penalty expires, they'll see if they can generate something. They won't be able to. Czechs will get it back. Or will they? They will, but only 5 seconds. No, it's still loose and it's grabbed there. Nice job by Paul. Tries to make the pass up to Burnell. Doesn't quite connect, and that's how we'll finish the half. It is 3-1 in favor of the Czech Development. An entertaining game back and forth here. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the last night on laxallstars.com. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back.
What is the future of sport? The next evolution of athlete? Well, we hypothesize that athletes will develop the sixth sense, if you will, extremely heightened instincts. If you look across the animal kingdom, a sixth sense is innate to many species. With the right tools, our athletes can acquire an inexplicable connection to see without seeing, to feel without feeling, to do things that for thousands of years didn't seem humanly possible.
At CSU, we take a very scientific approach to making sure our technologically advanced, doctor-developed, scientifically backed, industry-changing mouthguards are the most protective, lightest, talkable, breathable, comfortable, drinkable, removable mouthguards on the planet to guarantee you're protected. No matter what comes your way, the CSU Next Gen. CSU, talk, breathe, drink.
Welcome back to Lacrosse, friends. This is Steven Stamp, and we are back at the Lasnai here in Onondaga, in the Onondaga Nation Arena. Great trail check to start the second period, and the Czechs with a 3-1 lead may get possession, but Irizarry and his Puerto Rican teammates are all over it. Now they do, but they aren't going to make the 10 seconds. The pressure from the Puerto Ricans causes that 10-second count, and here comes Puerto Rico. Oh, great catch. Big save. I believe we've changed goalies here. That looks like Matej Zelinka coming in. Yes, Victor Blaha on the bench. At the other end, it's all Nick Sverzak. He's the only goalie Puerto Rico has, and he is set on his crease line, goal line. Czech setting up the offense. Hulish over to Polak. Well, sidearm shot, Sverzak gets it. It bounces off the one leg pad off onto the other. Almost rolled in, but oh, can't throw it back there. That's Andrew D'Antonio wearing number 92. He just had a couple clarifications on the roster numbers. Puerto Rico had to wear some different jerseys yesterday. So they were adjusting today, went over it with the team, but with the coach. But, oh, there's a chance. Oh, post leg out. What a chance for Yakimchuk. Ball pops loose, and D'Antonio comes up with it. So 91, who I was referring to as D'Antonio in the first half, is Hector Alejandro. And 92 is Andrew D'Antonio. Well, for everyone watching in Puerto Rico and elsewhere that cares about such things. Irizarry takes the pass, and they're going to slow things down a little as they get set. They're down to 10 on the shot clock, but just taking a patient set as it's 7 seconds left as they finally get everyone out in the offensive set. Oh, they get a reset there for fresh 30. Irizarry getting ready to shoot parade the ball, pops away from him again. Lewis has it, goes in, dives, shoots, scores. Beautiful play. And the Czechs kind of having a word with Lewis after the dive, and his teammate Efraim Gutierrez is in there in a heartbeat to make sure he can clear the crease area unencumbered. And it's 3-2. Puerto Rico pulls within one. Ball squeaks out to Jalen Paul, who will reverse direction. Pass ahead to Burnell. Burnell looking at Vanderwall. No, he's going to go down low instead. There's Vanderwall. Saved by Zelenka. I mean, Victor Blaha is looked at as the future of Czech goaltending, although Jakub Marsh is still a young man, the main Czech national team goalie. Brilliant keeper, but boy, Zelenka trying to make a case for himself that he should be part of that conversation. Ball scooped up by Espinoza, who's sprinting up over center. Only one other blue jersey with him, though, so he's going to have to buy himself a bit of time now that he's up there. There's some help. And he'll get it over to Zachary Olsen. Philip Milicio throws it down low to D'Antonio. Pass on to the crease. Never really connected. The loose ball was picked up after a bounce by Olsen, but that's 30 seconds. That's Novak on the far side. It's a shot by Hodek. Oh, sorry, that was Hulish. Ball into the corner, snagged there by Gutierrez. Irizarry facing a couple of red jerseys as the Czechs really aware of getting the ball. They're getting their defenders out. Forwards off, but Irizarry is still able to fight his way through. Nice spin move. And tucks that shot over the shoulder of Zelenka. Lovely play by Irizarry. Great job of protecting the stick and the ball as he drives to the net and spins himself into position. So 3-3, Puerto Rico has come all the way back. Nemec pulled it out, and eventually the Czechs will come up with it. What a run by Notak. The shot stopped by Sverzak. And the Czechs get the ball straight back. They'll hand it off there to Jakub Lucas. Hulish. 10 seconds left. Penalty coming. Too many men. That's a tough one to argue because they've still got 6 guys out on the floor. Technically, the foul is called a legal substitution. In this case, it wasn't really a substitution. It was just guys going out on the floor when there's already guys out there. That's a long explanation for the rule book, though, so they just go with a legal substitution. Puerto Rico to the power play. They've come back from 3-1 to tie it. Can they take the lead with this man advantage situation? Behind the back pass from Vanderwall. Does eventually get picked up by Burnell. Pass through to Vanderwall. The shot on the goal. What a great catch and release. Very quick on the mark by Russ Vanderwall. I was saying in the first half, the Puerto Ricans creating some opportunities. Now they're starting to cash in on them. Jesse Gonzalez will head out for Puerto Rico up against Tadeusz Nemec for Czech. The Czechs are going to get this turned around. A run for Puerto Rico. 3 straight goals to put them ahead, 4-3. We've got just over half of the second half to go, 7:40 to go. And the second half, 2 15-minute running time halves. That pass too high, gets away. Very close to a back end, but just skirting the crease. Apparently it's right to Wozmiak. Nemitz tracks it down in the corner after the ball got away. Yakimchuk cuts to the middle. They toss it up top. Lucas gives it Novak. Puerto Ricans loving that hit as Hayek was knocked to the ground. Kevin Lewis comes up with it. Puerto Ricans with very long numbers on the backs of their jerseys, which makes Kevin Lewis's number 1 look like it's almost a stripe down the entire back. I like him. As an announcer, love the big numbers. Up top to Burnell. His shot off the post or the side of Zelinka's foot goes straight out to Irizarry. He's going to spin. Not close enough to get a shot off this time, but he does actually. I think that was a pass. Little dive attempt by Lewis, stopped by Zelinka, and he'll land in the crease. That's a crease violation. 6:24 to go. Czechs with the ball. Puerto Rico being attentive to getting their defenders out, not allowing transition opportunities. 4 blue jerseys out before Novotny could really get the ball up into the offensive zone. Diving down low, Search. Oh, thought he had Swerzak at his mercy, but a huge save by Swerzak. Search is going to go on the forecheck. 3 Czech players. The 10-second count is going to run out. That is an amazing effort on the forecheck. Well, not amazing, but very strong effort on the forecheck by the Czech Development Club. They will get possession and a chance to tie the game here with just about 5.5 minutes to go in the second half. Lucas over to Search. He'll set a pick, trying to open some space. Penalty coming to Puerto Rico. Oh, it'll be nullified by that sidearm outside rip. Jan Hulish just rears back and lets one go. Uses all 4 feet 9 inch width of these international or NLL size goals. We got ourselves a tie ball game here. It's 5-5. 4-4. My bad.
Czech Development goal scored by number 99, Jan Hulis. With an assist, number 23, Jacob Lucas.
Big hits there by the Czechs. It's the other thing, the Czech Republic, they got a lot of skill. They work on their systems. They love the technical side of box lacrosse. They like to hit people too. There's a one-armed flying whip shot by Max Fontaine. And he's lost a shoe, but he's staying out there. 1 red shoe, 1 white sock. Oh, and a great chance right on top of the crease, but D'Antonio couldn't quite find it. That was a long outlet pass, too long for Yakimchuk. Oh, or is it? It's going to get to him. It's a bit wide for Swerzak. Oh, there's a man right on top. Oh, and a goal, and that's just a defensive zone lapse by Puerto Rico. They all went into the corner after Wozmiak. And nobody was picking up Jan Polak. 3-on-2, the man advantage there in the zone for Puerto Rico, and all 3 of them basically were fascinated by the ball. Big goal to put the Czech development team up front. 5-4. Puerto Rico has come back once. We'll see if they can do it again. Huge battle between Nemitz and Joe Espinoza. Now it pops out to Tom Hayek. Thomas Hayek, well-known name to National Lacrosse League fans. There's another big opening. Oh, behind the back attempt. Notek had it. He had some space. He was not off by too far, but couldn't quite find that far side as he drifted, or the near side as he drifted to the far side. Off the crossbar, little jump shot attempt by Jalen Paul. They tried to bounce one up into the stick of Evan Burnell there, but it was just a shade above him. Thomas Hayek carefully watching as Rodriguez steps behind the net, and then he comes out and gets a shot off. Zelinka had to be sharp on that one. Tilser Oh, tries to hit Search, cutting. Novak will come up with it, so the Czechs retain possession. They're down to 2.5 minutes to go and a 1-goal lead, 5-4. 13 on the shot clock as they get everybody out in the offensive set. No, they're still changing. Now they're all out there, and there's 8 seconds left. Search couldn't catch that. He was going to have to get a shot off pretty quickly. Now time will just run out. I actually thought that Philip Cooper was going to just let that sit until the buzzer went for the 30-second clock. But he did pick it up, able to run through the Czech forechecking that ensued, though. Outside rip. That one goes wide. Off the boards near the Puerto Rico bench. Grabbed there by Alejandro. Lewis goes to the net. A little tap into Zelinka. But the save was made, and then the crease violation. Czechs with the ball. Pass. Lovely save by Swarzak on a brilliant opportunity for Jan Polak. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty check from behind to Irizarry. And then for some reason, Irizarry getting into the face of the Czech player. Probably just 1 minute, I would think. Yeah, it's a 1 minute check from behind. I'm going to call check from behind or boarding. Both possibilities there. Minute 33 to go, so the Czechs with the lead, a power play, and time in their favor. Stop time in effect for the last 2 minutes of the second half of these games. No tech to Vosmik. Czechs taking their time. Little fake shot, Vosmik. No tech. Oh, that pass gets away. Notek keeps loading up. He's going to shoot. Now he's got some space. He will shoot. Bounces it just wide. The shot clock's going to expire. It'll be a 30 before it can be over and back. And the Puerto Ricans are going to have a chance here as Rodriguez grabs it. He's going to go into penalty kill mode. Thought he might have had a shot at running ahead. 20 seconds left on the penalty. 2 seconds more on the shot clock than the penalty clock. Puerto Rico. Lewis got a reasonable chance there. Burnell steps into some bit of space. Lewis, oh, goes over the shoulder, facing back, with his back facing the net. Shot, the ball picked up by the Czechs. Final 30 seconds of play. And Czech, the entire bench screaming for a timeout. Smart play by the coaching staff to get them all yelling. So 25.6 seconds to go, and they've got 27 on the shot clock. So the Czechs can kill the remainder of this penalty. And with possession up near mid-floor, it's pretty hard for Puerto Rico to employ the strategy of pulling their goaltender. They could take Swarzak out and put in a sixth attacker and double team the ball carrier. Hope he can force an errant pass. The reality is, with this 5-on-5 situation, the Czechs just needing to run around for 25 seconds, it's going to be very difficult to get it back. Bosmit will start just around center, and the Puerto Ricans aren't pressing. Now they're coming out a little bit. I don't understand. The bench can't understand why they're not getting out on them. The Czechs are fine to just stay out here. Thomas Hayek does make a pass now. A little spin move away by Tadeusz Nemec. Lavely, with 2 seconds left, rips it, knocks the stick out of Nicholas Swarzak's hand. That's an exciting win for this Czech Development Club. Pavel Semarak, their manager, talking to him yesterday before their first game. He said, hey, we're here, actually Wednesday when I arrived, before the tournament, he said, hey, we're here to play, to get some game experience. Wins would be a bonus, and they are thrilled to have one here. Big game for Czech Development. 5-4, they edge Puerto Rico. Solid effort by the Puerto Ricans. I'm Steven Stamp. This is the 2018 Lacrosse All-Stars North American Invitational presented by Nike. Our thanks to Nike for helping make it possible, and our thanks to you for being with us. We'll take a break, and we will be back. Our next game coming in 14 minutes will be the Toronto Tigers against the Poland Development Squad.
What what is the future of sport? The next evolution of athlete? Well, we hypothesized that athletes will develop the sixth sense, if you will. Extremely heightened instincts. If you look across the animal kingdom, a sixth sense is innate to many species. With the right tools, our athletes can acquire an inexplicable connection to see without seeing, to feel without feeling, to do things that for thousands of years didn't seem humanly possible.
At Sisu, we take a very scientific approach to making sure our technologically advanced, doctor-developed, scientifically backed, industry-changing mouthguards are the most protective, lightest, talkable, breathable, comfortable, drinkable, removable mouthguards on the planet to guarantee you're protected. No matter what comes your way, the Sisu Next Gen. Sisu, talk, breathe, drink.